It is greedy to serve as governor and still aim for Senate, Bafarawa ex-Sokoto governor. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning to listen. Former governor of Sokoto State, Attahiru Bafarawa, shares his views with Chukwudi Akasike on the state of insecurity in the country, 2023 general election, and other sundry issues. Question: You are the governor of Sokoto State for 2 terms. What will you describe as some of your legacies? He replied, when somebody is a leader, he cannot begin to mention legacies all by himself. Legacies are supposed to be talked about by the people he governed. However, some of the legacies I think I can mention are that I created a disciplined society by giving education priority. Many schools were built. This is because when you educate people, you educate the world. When you make them ignorant, then they will be ignorant forever. I think my legacy is in the way I prioritized education and the health sector, where we've trained over 100 medical doctors. I never borrowed any money, whether during or after my tenure as the governor. And when I was leaving, I left over 14 billion naira in the treasury of the state. So, these are some of the things I can mention as my legacies. I reduced poverty among the masses. Artisans had access to loans. My government constructed many roads, which are up to 1,000 kilometers. The roads were inaugurated by the then President Olusegun Obasanjo. I was able to connect the entire state to the national grid without borrowing a kobo from anywhere. I was able to change Sokoto from Emirate Council to Sultanate Council. Insecurities ravaging the north, including the banditry in Sokoto and some other states, and it is as if there is no definite solution in sight. How best do you think this issue can be addressed? He answered, the North is facing the challenge of insecurity, but it is important to note that the government is for everybody and security is for everybody. It is not about the number of persons in the APC or PDP. Every Nigerian has one role or the other to play to ensure there is security. So it is not a question of political party. We must all work towards achieving peace, because if there is no peace in a nation, if there is no peace, there is no nation. The problem is also the type of politics we play in the country, where the winner takes all. When the winner takes all, others will start protesting and say the winner has taken too much. You were one of those who brought the APC government to power in 2015, and the president said at the Chatham House in the UK that the world would have no reason to worry about Nigeria in terms of security if he became the president. But the opposite is the case now. Would you agree with those who said the APC-led government had failed Nigerians? He replied, Of course, the APC-led government had failed the country. They have failed to fulfill their promises to Nigerians. If you were to be president, how would you have handled this insecurity ranging from banditry to Boko Haram and other violent crimes? He replied, Unfortunately, I am not going to be the president, and I do not want to be the president. Why did you drop that ambition, given that you were part of a race for the 2019 presidential election? He replied, It is a question of not having the will to do something. There was a time I was in politics. The will to do it was there. Now I do not have it. I feel I have done my best based on the opportunity given to me, and I am grateful for what God has done for me. Therefore, I will never go for any elective office for the rest of my life, and I will never accept any appointment for the rest of my life. But I will always give my advice whenever it is needed. If you were to advise the president on what you think he should do to stop the banditry and other violence crimes, what advice would you offer him? He replied, When I have a president who has a listening ear and will listen to the masses, then we can advise. It is a waste of time for anybody to embark on any advisory role when nobody listens. What is your view on restructuring? As many people have argued that decentralizing the security apparatus and making more money available to the state would help our development. Nigerians should stop deceiving ourselves. Things are changing to digital and not analog. We need to move the country forward by promoting areas that are our strength as a country. So we have to encourage competence within the society so that we can be able to move the country forward. We cannot decentralize everything we have, because if we do so, we will never go anywhere. It has also been argued that depriving local governments of their funds is partly responsible for the slow development at the grassroots. Would you support those who advocate the scrapping of local government councils? I am not in support of the scrapping of the local government councils. The masses are not close to the federal government. They are not even close to the state government. They are close to the local government. They should allow the local government, which is the third tier of government, to remain and allow them to get their monthly allocation. But where are the governors opposed to their financial autonomy? The governors would have to answer this question, because during my time as a governor, that was not the situation. When you were the governor, the 23 local governments in Sokoto State have autonomy, he replied. Of course, the local government enjoyed financial autonomy. They enjoyed their autonomy 100%, and that is the reason why some local government councils are proud of what has been done. Groups seeking self-determination have blamed marginalization for their action. What can be done to assuage their feelings, especially the Southeast? In the Southeast, it is the indigenous people of Biafra, and in the South-South, it is the Niger Delta militants. The Southwest has Odua People's Congress. The right thing to do is for a listening leader to sit down with them, talk to them, and listen to them. The Southeast people are asking for their rights. They say they are being marginalized, and there is no doubt about that. They are Nigerians. The Niger Delta militants are also saying the same thing. The best thing is to listen to them and give them justice. They are like every other person. The only thing that should be done is that justice must be given to everybody. Talking about the Niger Delta militants, it is better to sit down with them and discuss with them and introduce amnesty to them. If this is done, they will feel better, because they are also human beings. Since you joined politics in 1976, you have been in some political parties, including the Great Nigeria People's Party, the People's Redemption Party, and the Democratic People's Party, which you founded. Which one would you say has a strong ideology? He replied, the People's Redemption Party has a very strong ideology. The party did not talk about money. It was only interested in the leadership of Malam Aminu Kano. Like I said, members of the PRP then were not interested in your money. They were only concerned about the leadership protecting their rights. So, the PRP was different from other political parties where people are looking for money. Such political parties are without ideologies because their interest is money. What a beautiful one. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.